but he was double booked. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, he's doing great. He's running with it, running.
Good.
Yep.
No, just get him those sneakers. Make sure he's got good sneakers on, and he can get going.
Special ones. So, Melissa, I sent you a cryptic email yesterday about the wider, what is it? Where's my
safety edge?
It's not the safety. It's wider
edge line.
Edge line, yeah. Wider edge line. Is that a template too? What do we give to the local agency?
Tell us, Lori.
Lori.
She's our engineer. She's our in-house engineer.
Hey, Lori.
Yes.
Yeah, so of course tomorrow we're going to City of Clearwater, and I'm going to be talking about their presentation because they were not in the CTST meeting. And I was looking at the 3 pages, and then one of them, it says wider edge lines. So I was wondering, I'm sure they're going to say, well, what are you going to give us once we apply for that? Is it the template that, kind of like the safety edge? Is it the template that we provide to the local agencies, or what is it?
Or is it like something that I mean, we can maybe talk offline about this much. Maybe when the meeting's over, we can talk.
Yeah. Right, sure. No, I didn't mean to.
No. I'm just like, it's almost 10.
It is.
But I feel like it would be like something they would put on the concrete, right, Lori? Like a.
I think it goes on the asphalt, so then you could see the edge of the roadway.
Yeah.
So then so you don't run off the road because you notice where the edge of the road is.
Yeah, you're right. But I was just, since I'm ordering materials for different, agencies, I was wondering, what do I look for? Because I've never had that request before.
Yeah, they just make them wider so they're more visible. So you could see where the roadway ends if it's like flushed with the grass shoulder or something like that.
But we can maybe us 3 just have a conversation afterwards. I'll send you a meeting, Mashi.
Sounds good.
Meeting notice.
Yes.
All right, Mark, you on?
Yeah, we can get started if you want to start with introduction.
I was going to ask, did you want me to wait a minute or two, like maybe 10:03, and then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because people are still kind of rolling in. All right, we'll go ahead and kick this meeting off. right, so hey, everybody, I'm Melissa Shepherd with JMT, a safety consultant to FDOT District 7. And I'll just go down the list here of folks who are on the call. So we got Brandy Howard.
Good morning, Brandy Howard, Suncoast Safety Council.
Hey, Brandy. All right, Brenton Mosier.
Brenton Mosier, USF Cutter.
Thank you. Joe Camara.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Pinellas County School Safety and Transportation.
Thank you. Ms. Cheryl Staggs.
Good morning, Cheryl Stack, City of St. Petersburg, Transportation and Parking Management. Thanks.
Thank you. Larry Kolbicka. All right, well, he is on the call with us. All right, Mark Asty.
Mark E.C. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Jennifer Hall.
Good morning, everyone. Jennifer Hall with Nation Traffic Safety School.
Mashid.
Good morning, everyone. Mashid Arasti, American Quality Consultants, FDOT Safety Ambassador.
Thank you. Ariane Martins.
Good morning, Ariane Martins with For Pinellas.
Thank you. Mr. Nick Ennis.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Nick Ennis with Element Engineering Group.
Thank you. Lori.
Hello, everyone. Lori Paleo with JMT.
All right, John.
Good morning, John Reeman, Pinellas County Public Works.
Sir. Wes Casebar.
Hi, this is Wes with City of Largo Police Department.
Thank you. Autumn Westerman. Okay, she is on. She's with Pinellas County Schools Transportation. Thanks, Autumn. All right. If there's anyone who's on the call that I did not call your name out, please feel free to introduce yourself to the group. All right, I think that's it, Mark.
All right, thank you, Melissa. We'll start out with the approval of last month's October's meeting minutes. If I can get somebody to approve it and then someone to second it.
Joe Camara.
I can move approval if that's appropriate. Cheryl Stacks, that's fine. Thanks.
Joe Camara.
Thank you, guys. All right, we'll move on to committee reports. Enforcement. Pinellas Park Police Department, do you have anything from last month or anything coming up for this month?
Last month we did a National Night Out. We did the Bike to School campaign. We did the Walk Like Mad event. And we still have our pedestrian and speed grants actively going. And on Saturday, we'll be participating in the ELEE multi-agency campaign that's going to be occurring on Gandy Boulevard. So that's
by the way, I have an award for your department from the Walk Like Mad event. I think you guys had the biggest team participation, so I'll figure out. I'll either get with you or Larry and drop it off for you guys.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Wes with Largo PD, do you have anything?
Just this, we've had the Walk Like Mad event. We're also doing the Saturday ELEE program. We're doing the high visibility enforcement details with and we also have a holiday DUI detail we're putting together with just the City of Largo. We're going to be hitting the high weekend drinking dates to include New Year's Eve.
Perfect, thank you. Any other law enforcement agencies that I don't see that are on here? For those that may not know, Lieutenant Nagel with St. Pete Police Department was promoted just recently to major. But she'll still be a part of the committee. But congrats to her, well deserved. She's not in the traffic unit anymore. Sergeant Shade is still. I don't know who took her position yet, but As far as for Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, last month we participated in the Walk Like Mad event, which was held at Largo Park on Saturday. I believe it was the 14th. Very successful. We've been still working traffic enforcement on US Highway 19. Also been working our HVE grant, which so far we have spent about $13K on our grant so far. It's pretty much last month's activities. November, we're going to be hosting that Gandy detail to combat some of the stuff that's going on over there. We did get awarded the speed grant for this fiscal year to do some speed enforcement operations throughout the fiscal year. I believe we got the DUI grant as well. I'm not too sure. But as far as the law enforcement agencies, Pinellas Park and Largo, IPTM reached out to me. I got a bunch of dates for some local trust funded courses. Melissa, I'll save you the time. I'm not going to rattle out all the acronyms. Okay. But if you go to IPTM's website, just go to the grant funded courses and you'll see the courses that we're going to host locally. There's a traffic reconstruction level 2, ped bike 1, SFSTA ride, the middle, advanced middle, and we haven't reached out yet for DRE, but there's a bunch of free courses. So if you have any members that need some of that training, it'll start after the first of the year. Go ahead and get them signed up. All right, we'll move on to engineering. St. Pete
Hey,
PD.
Mark, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just posted the ELEE stats that were reported through last Thursday at midnight. One of the reasons I say reported is because after I sent out the agencies their stats, several were like, I was on vacation. I have a lot of details to submit, so they'll probably increase. The other thing is at the Florida Puerto Rico ITE Institution of Transportation Engineer award ceremony last week, FDOT was recognized as the Transportation Project of the Year for ELEE. Secretary Gwynn and Mike Zinn accepted the award, and then George and I took a photo with the award with Mike and Bill from FDOT. So it's great to have that recognition for all the hard work that the enhanced law enforcement engagement is getting.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even hear about that. Yeah. Do you have anything else for since you're on for pedestrian bicycle safety stuff?
No, we did participate in the Walk Like Mad event also, and we are just wrapping up another semester of driver's ed education.
Perfect. Ms. Stacks with St. Pete PD or St. Pete and I don't know why I can't get it out right now, but do you have anything for engineering?
Yeah, I do. Thanks. So the city submitted 3 applications to Forward Pinellas under the Transportation Alternatives projects that works on bicycle and pedestrian safety. The 3 projects include 2 sidewalk projects and 1 trail project. So we're hopeful that those will be evaluated well and start to make their way in the FDOT work program in future years. And then continuing to work with FDOT on construction of at least 2 projects for pedestrian safety, both of which are on 4th Street. One is in downtown, and that one adds curb extensions, and that one was originally applied through HSIP funds back in the day, but now it's under construction. So those curb extensions are going to be a pretty big benefit. That construction should wrap up in the next couple of weeks. They're doing some repaving work now. And then the other one is on 4th Street North from 30th to 94th. That one adds 9 new hybrid beacons. I think they're hybrid beacons. They might be PED signals, but in any case, 9 new pedestrian crossings on 4th Street from 30th to 94th. There is some construction right now of the concrete separators and access changes, and I think that there's some challenges associated with that, at least from a community perspective. So I'm going to work with FDOT on just some tweaks and adjustments that could potentially help. So anyway, that's what I think I've got for the good of the group for now. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you. John, you have anything with Pinellas County?
Yeah, we recently just went to the night out with the sheriff's office. We fitted some helmets and gave out some supplies there. It was a good event. And then recently we just went to a fall festival trick or treat at High Point Elementary, and we didn't bring enough candy. We brought a lot of candy and activity books, but man, were there a lot of kids. So it was very successful, a lot of good outreach. And that's pretty much it for us right now.
Perfect. Anyone else with engineering? Nope. All right. Joe Camara, what do you have for education and school buses?
I got good things. We have the Touch-A Truck up in Sunderman Park, up in Palm Harbor, Saturday morning from 10 to 1. We're gonna bring 2 of our propane buses up there. We got some goodies. I think Forward Pinellas is going to show up. The other issue I had was Curlew Road and Countryside Boulevard. We got construction. They're doing the median. Well, some of my buses that travel eastbound on Curlew make that left turn. I spoke to the construction crew. I guess he got in touch by District 7. He was blocking a left turn lane. And then he goes to me, he says, well, have your bus go down to the next turnaround. He said, make a U-turn. I looked at him. I said, you got to be kidding me, right? I said, you want 40-foot of bus? He said, well, yeah, you see what those other cars are doing? I said, yeah, I got a 21-foot car sitting diagonal in your crosswalk with cars going by. You want my bus to do that? Oh, I guess that's why I got the calls from DOT. I said, well, my bus comes this afternoon, move those cones, take that no left turn out of the way and let my bus get in here. So, but they're working all the way up and down that Curlew Road, putting the wider median in. But they just got to be a little bit more attentive as to traffic and what's going on there. They just can't block a left turn lane out like that.
Is that Curlew Creek Elementary?
I had Palm Harbor Middle School coming down here at
Okay.
4 something in the afternoon, and I got a couple of my other buses coming through there too. So
Okay.
it doesn't bode well. You know,
Gotcha.
they got to be attentive to that. And other than that, that's about it.
Perfect. Randy Howard, do you have anything?
I do not have anything to report today. Thanks, Mark.
No problem, Brandy. Anybody else for committee reports that I missed?
Oh, hey, Mark, I did forget to mention that Cutter has, we're doing a couple of presentations during Great American Teach-In on November 15th. We're going to be at Tarpon Springs Middle School and John Sexton Elementary School.
Yeah, I don't want to say I forgot it. I typically participate in that each year, but I'll be in Coconut Creek for my Florida Leadership Academy that week. So, but I know we sent a couple of people down to do some traffic presentations as well. So thanks for reminding me. Anybody else for committee reports? All righty, we'll move on to our problem locations. Joe, are there any specific issues with or specific locations with passing school buses that you know about?
Oh, the good ones, the ones on 4th and 112th.
Yeah, 18th. Yeah, 112th. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole run up there from 106th up to 116th. They still go flying by in that third lane.
Yeah.
You know, so other than that, I know Autumn might have a couple. The drivers have been slow putting the responses out, and we've been caught up doing a lot of other stuff here right now. But whatever I get, I'll send out to you guys.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll keep that on there during the school year. So
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yep. The next one should be that's still under construction. I talked to Gasson, so we're just waiting on that. And this is the delineators. I did speak with Deputy Loring. He went up there just recently, and all those delineators, believe it or not, are new and are not bashed all heck. So people are not sacrificing their cars to get out of the lane. Thankfully, finally. But we'll keep that up for one more, and I'll have him do another check of it just to make sure that they're staying that way, and then we can take that one off. And then that we're still waiting on that to be constructed. Does anybody else have any intersections of concern or areas of concern that we could add to this? Perfect. All right, we'll move on to Mashid.
Good morning. So we did have our presentation on the new HSIP portal, and we're getting applications in. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will get the answers for you. Just remember that per what we have at the bottom of our agenda, that all local agencies intending to submit project applications for federal safety funding under the HSIP funding, they're required to at least attend 4 CTST meetings per year and make a presentation on the project in one of the CTST meetings. So I wanted to quickly talk about the fact that Tony with City of Tarpon Springs has put in requests for, bright sticks for signs. And Cheryl, thank you very much for your email, and we look forward to getting your application. I think on the delineators. Oh, Cheryl is not here. Anyway, so when you submit an application,
I'm here,
hi,
Mashid.
hi,
Hi, I'm here. So yeah,
Yeah.
just let me know what I need to do to enter that into the portal. That would be great.
Sure. Yes. So once you're ready to do that, just give me a call or send me an email, and I'll walk you through it. It's very easy. But once you have submitted it, please send me an email too, so I'll double check and make sure that everything that we have in place works fine, because Melissa and I are getting a notice or an email saying that an application was submitted. So I'll make sure that that's working fine too. So far has been great, and everyone has been working together and submitting applications. So I appreciate it. Thank you. And that's it, Mark.
Thank you, Mashid. Does anyone have any questions, or what was that? Is that Tony Boone at Tarpon Springs? Officer Boone?
No, actually, Tony with the Public Works.
Okay.
Yes. I asked them to maybe talk about it in this meeting, but they couldn't. So I talked about it briefly. It's only bright sticks, so it's not really, specific to a location. Usually we ask that the locations are included and also priorities of like which location is first. So yes, that was Tony with the Public Works Department.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to our fatal crash map. So right now, as of October 12th, we've had 73 fatal crashes with a total of 77 fatals. Still pretty high, but we're still doing better than last year from 97 fatal crashes and 102 fatals. So obviously law enforcement is doing a good job of the enforcement and the education side of it. Does anybody have any questions about the fatal map? And I did notice that the motorcycle was fixed on here, so the second bullet point in blue is now on here as opposed from last month. So thank you for fixing that. Ms. Martin, are there any issues with the reports that you have so far?
Hi, so I'm not the one that reports the fatal crashes anymore. It's Caitlin Nyman. But
Okay.
I can ask her about it and she'll let me know.
Okay, if she does have any issues, she can get with me, and then I can figure out what agency it is and reach out to my contact to see, because None of us are perfect, and we always have a snafu in there somewhere. So, nobody has any issues or questions about the traffic fatal map? Again, we're still doing better than last year, but I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, Mark, I kind of have a question, kind of more pertaining to how police do their reports for the fatals. I'm going back and reviewing the fatals from last year, actually. And every once in a while I get that they did a blood test for alcohol or drugs, and it will say pending a year later. And I couldn't tell you if it was Pinellas County or if it was an officer. Just curious at how that plays out. Do they go back and update that, or is it kind of just lost in the waste?
It's all of it. So I located this problem probably about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, where a lot of these fatal crash reports, whether they were criminal or not, if they took a blood or urine sample, it takes anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks to get the sample back. Well, they'll get the sample back, and internally they'll do a supplement to the report, but somehow it gets lost in the weeds that they need to do the update with the crash report, whether they're using tracks or whatever the case may be. So in 2019, I saw that was a problem. In fact, Dr. Lee with USF Cutter did a presentation at the Florida Impaired Driving Coalition, and that was a big issue. So I reached out to our traffic crash management system, which is TRAX, and they were able to create a search feature for me, and I found a bunch of reports that still had pending toxicology. So it took me about a month and a half to catch all those up, all the way up to about 2013. So I know Pinellas County, because I still do them, even though I'm not, I co-supervise the traffic homicide. I'm the one that knows how to get it done quicker. We should not have there should not be any outstanding reports with pending toxicology reports with Pinellas County Sheriff's Office from 2022. I go in there about every 2 months and update them. So if you notice any that have a pending, just reach out to whoever the traffic sergeant is at the agency, whether it be Largo, Pinellas Park, Clearwater, whoever the case may be, and just kind of as a reminder to update, have them update that report. That's why it shows pending. Some people are on top of it, some people aren't. But the biggest thing I want to say, the number was like 30% in Dr. Lee's presentation that were still pending toxicology, which I try to stress to, especially our folks here, to get it done. But other agencies is, the more accurate data that we have that we can present, the more money that we could get on the grant side of it, showing that there are issues going on. That help?
Yeah, that does a lot. Thank you. And again, like I said, I'm not sure what agency. I'll go back and pay more attention to that. So I'm looking at the CDMS, the Crash Data Management site, or whatever that. And so that's actually like a scan, or I guess a digital version of the police report. So they will update that, correct? Is that will show up?
Yeah, and it depends on what specific crash software they're using. I know with ours, when we update it, it comes in as like an extra document. But in that specific item for toxicology, it'll say completed, and then it prompts the officer, whoever's doing the update to it, to whether there was a positive result, and if so, what came back positive, and whether it be alcohol or what was positive on the drug side of it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem. Does anyone else have any questions about that? All righty. All right, does anybody else have anything for new business on the open forum? All righty. As a reminder, next meeting will be December 7th, and it will be at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office in our read-off room. So it will be in person. And that's all I have. So thank you everyone for attending, and we will see you in person next month here.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a
you.
good
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
You too.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Rashid, start reading.
I am.